It's being shunted aside to a certain extent, the budget, in order to allow for tax reform. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm really glad that we're finally getting to that point, because the budget is the golden key to unlock the tax reform. We're going to get reconciliation on that, and I'm excited that we're finally moving forward. I'm ready for tax reform.
What were your hopes, though, for the budget that may now have to be damped down a little bit in order to have success on tax reform?
Yes, and we all know that when we did our budget that we were still in hopes that we would have our repeal and replace. So there will have to be some adjustments, but that can be done in conference committee once the Senate has passed its budget.
So the budget, I mean, basically everything that you had been looking for, all the savings and so forth, that's been shunted down the road. But let's just talk then about the actual tax reform part of things. You have said that you wished it to be deficit neutral. It doesn't look like it's going to be. Are you now okay with that?
Well, we are still having those discussions, and we will continue to have those discussions. The main point is that we get true tax reform where we give the American people relief, especially those that are in the lower and the middle income level. That is the most important thing that we will do here. And when we see the economy grow, and we hope the economy will grow obviously more than even what we anticipate in our own budget at 2.6, 2.7%. We see the budget, or we see the economy growing at 3, 4, 5%. That is going to be what's meaningful, where there's more money in people's pockets, more businesses growing, more opportunities for jobs.
Well, that's a lot of figures and projections you just threw in there. 3, 4, or 5. We're not even sure we'll get 3, Representative Black. So, have you seen more details than we have?
No, we're just looking back over our shoulder at what happened in 1986 when there was true tax reform done then underneath the Reagan administration, and we saw a tremendous and up to 7% growth then. So we are not anticipating that in our budget. We don't assume that in our budget. We are very conservative. We've used some economists, conservative economists from around the country that help us to get to that point. But we just look back over our shoulder at what happened back in 1986 and anticipating that we will have that same kind of growth with the tax reform that we're going to be doing.